Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unfiltered, Unapologetic, and Unbothered. You better get on right now. Sit down, buckle up, get ready. Because I have no idea what the hell you're going to hear tonight with my guy, Chris Snacks Martin over here. But I bet you it's going to be the best thing you heard all day. So get ready for it. Let's go. Chris Snacks Martin, tell us where you're at right now, big dude.
Right now, I'm sitting over at the house, baby. I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. Just getting ready,
Mm-hmm.
getting over that terrific game from last night. Gotta
Mm-hmm.
love these huge. Let's put 64 teams in. Let's just do that. Let's make it. Since everybody's so equal,
Yeah,
we really have this argument.
exactly.
It was uh,
Exactly.
it was
Wait.
that was a tough watch.
Dude, you know what? I stand corrected, Snacks. I liked Oregon. I love what they're doing. Uh, but dude, I
It
mean,
that
Mendoza
game
had
did.
more. He had more touchdowns than he did incompletions, man. Like
That's insane.
he was surgical, absolute surgical. He didn't have to pass much. I mean, it wasn't a whole. He passed when he did. It was key, and he scored, and they made them pay for every damn mistake Oregon made, man. Every one of them. But that's what
Oregon,
good teams
Oregon
do.
made the, and Oregon did a good job of making plenty of mistakes for him too. I hadn't really got to watch a lot of Oregon ball this year. I've heard a lot about the quarterback Dante Moore. Talking about people talking about potential top 5, top 10, maybe even the first quarterback coming off the board. He needs to go back to school because I watched that game last night, and I mean we texted about it. This guy's holding the ball forever, and not only
Oh
that,
yeah,
like you go back and you look at the routes. If you can go back and find some film on it, you've got open receivers.
oh yeah,
You got him actually looking at Daniels, the transfer on a fly route. He's running a fade from the slot fade, and he's looking at him, and he's got a good step or two of separation. All he's gonna do is put the ball anywhere on the left side. There's nobody to the outside. He just eats it for a sack. And none of
yeah,
that. He's got a crosser that's stopping on a mid hitch right in front of him, 10 yards in front of him, and
yeah.
he's staring at him and taking the sacks. I mean, if this is what we think is the best quarterback in NFL, in the college football, man, this just it goes to show you what all this whole new format of everybody transferring everywhere. This is what you're going to get because that was a bad football team you watched play last night.
It was. I would say the quarterback play was definitely, and you know what? And all he had to do when he was holding the ball is step up in the pocket. The pocket was solid. It was just step up. But I don't, I think he got pity pat feet. I think he got nervous. He didn't want to throw because you're right, dude. There was one that tight end came across the middle. It was by himself on one side over here, looking at just was like he was scared to make the throws. I don't know, but
I think that first
uh,
pick, the first play of the game rattled him, and he was never able. The stage was too big for him. That's what
yeah,
it looked like to me. The stage was too big for him, and I'm sure it
yeah,
doesn't help not having your running game going, not having your running backs. I know they activated defensive guys to that side of the ball just because of due to injury. But at the end of the day, you got to make plays, man. You're
oh
one
yeah,
game away from the national championship. You're making a bid to be like the first quarterback off the board. Come on, bro.
yeah.
That was trash.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Hold on, I'm trying to fix something. Make sure my ringer doesn't go off while we're doing this show here. Man, you're right. And I've been a believer. Oregon was my pick to win. But I mean, even my guy Brandon Feeney Jr., number 4 on defense, I thought that dude was, and he is. Don't get me wrong. Out of all the defensive players, every guy that he was against, he was in phase with. He was right there. But good God, man, Mendoza, every pass he
The whole
made
team.
was surgical, man,
Oh yeah,
surgical.
he did more for his draft style. I mean, I know he was the first one, but like his as far as what you would write about this guy. Now, the game I watched that guy play last night, he's a early first round pick in any of the last 10 years. Now
Yeah,
this year's quarterback crop is weird, so it's not hard to be a first round quarterback. Is what I'm getting at. He elevated his stock with me a lot, and that whole team, they just you watch them and it's hard to call them great because they don't do anything great. They do everything really, really good though. You know what I mean? They don't
yeah,
have anything that they slack up on, and it's all coming down to coaching, and that's what you're going to see more and more now across college football because the only thing you're going to be rooting for is the jerseys and the coaches. That's the only thing that are permanent and semi-permanent in these organizations now. So with all the movement going around, I'm an LSU fan. I have no idea who my quarterback's even going to be next year. So you're going to have all these guys moving around. The the level of play is going to drop. You're going to see it come off what Dante Moore looked like because of you're not going to have the progression. You're not going to have the guys sitting and watch it for 2 years before they end that situation. I mean, this is really his first year playing a good bit, correct?
I think so. I'm not mistaken. I think so. You're right.
Dante.
I mean, there's definitely there's not the cohesion and there's not the development that you used to see, back in the day. And I hate to do this to you, Snacks, but LSU, a perfect example. Y'all had one hell of a transfer portal class, but you had a coach that just didn't know how to coach them, and there never seemed to be a cohesion on the offensive side. Your back end was one thing that kept y'all in more games and won y'all more games than anything else this year.
And the same thing could be said for last year's Ole Miss squad. The Ole Miss dropped $22 million in the portal last year for not the current session we're playing with now, but that last year, and they were a 4 or 5 loss team with the same budget. It doesn't. You've got to have the cohesion. LSU did a terrible job of recruiting. They had these great numbers and all that, but you recruited the same receiver 4 times and signed him. You had just redundancies. You didn't have the big guy, the little speedster, and all these different ways to hurt. I don't think they really did a good job of scouting who they were bringing in. They just looked at, oh, this guy's a 5-star. He must be really good. We'll bring him, and just went down the list like that. But that's going to be a problem going forward. You're going to have to really, really know who you're bringing in, what they're capable of, and you're going to have to hit on them. The misses in the portal are going to kill people, and it's killing LSU right now. The miss from last year with Bryce Underwood. Mm-hmm. That's really coming back to on LSU right now.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I love the hire at Michigan. I love the Coach Whittingham hire.
Yeah.
But I even more like Jason Beck, offensive coordinator at Michigan with Bryce Underwood. That's a scary combination, because you and I talked about this. You said that Bryce Underwood was not being utilized correctly. And absolutely. I think Beck is about to change that, and he's going to play to his strength. And I see you over there like,
no, that whole thing was weird. You got it reminded me of Les Miles. Hey, let's go get great dual threat quarterbacks, and let's make them turn their back to defenses, running play action in a pro style offense that they've never done. And then Michigan doing that to him as a true freshman, they did him no favors up there. But I'm starting to really hate where college football is going. That if we're going to talk, like, Bryce Underwood, now you done scratched the nerve that I can't get rid of.
Yes, I've done my job.
It is straight bullshit, man. College football is turning into bullshit. You can't even root for your jerseys. LSU can't, because we only have one. But if you're an Oregon fan, I've been telling everybody, oh, all you're doing now is rooting for your jersey, because you're not going to see the 4-year starter. You're not going to see the kid progress, come up as a walk-on and make your squad, because walk-ins, that don't even exist anymore at the Power 5 level, really. So you're rooting for a jersey and your coach, because I don't have a clue who. I can name you 3 starters on LSU's offense next year. 3. Harlan Berry, Braylon Moore, Trades Green. That's the only guys that I know I can tell you are going to be day 1 starters next year.
Yeah.
How do you stick with this, man? How does this model work long term?
And it does. It takes away the fun. When you and I were growing up, for me, I can remember the Billy Ray Smiths, the David Basils, the Darren McFaddens, the Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis. I'm going through. But I watched him, dude. I remember when Darren McFadden broke that run as a true freshman against Georgia right up the middle, and I'm like, this kid's going to be special, like this. Yep. And I got to see that kid for up until I think he left after year 3, right, his junior year.
It's going to do the kids a disservice all the way across. Because all right, Cedric Cobb, you remember?
Yep. That's when I remember Cedric Cobb.
I'm an LSU diehard fan, but I loved watching that guy play, because for 3 years I got to watch that guy progress and see how good Cobb got. And I can still tell you to this day, he left school a year earlier than anybody said he should, because his mom needed money. Their family was really poor, so he went to the NFL and left. I only know this because I became a fan of that guy, because as I saw him play my team 3 times. And you're never going to have that anymore. Now everything is, where did he come from? Who did he transfer to? It's Absolutely. Just dumb. It's just making me not even want to follow the sport long term. They've got to get something. And it's not a hard thing to fix, man. It's not hard. Give the kids 1 free transfer. After that, if you transfer, you got to sit a year. That's a perfect fix right there in and of itself. That'll slow some of this stuff down, man. Or your NIL deals, make them 2-year deals. Unless the guy doesn't have but 1 year left. Make it just a 2-year deal. Something. Make it where you can root for your team, not root for individuals. They turn college football into fantasy football.
Well, and I think they've done that. And you know what? And then, Lane Kiffin doing Lane Kiffin shit over here.
Hey, ease up on my boy Lane, all right?
No. We getting real. This is Unfiltered, so we getting real,
man.
dog.
Lane is perfect. Leave him alone.
Yeah, Lane is perfect. Yeah, okay, okay, you think so? But I mean, like this kid Demond Wilson up here, I think is his name up here at Washington. Man, I say up here because I'm in Oregon. The kid signed on January 2nd. On January 6th, he's like, "I'm going to LSU," and they're like, "We're suing your ass." You know what? And I don't mind. You know what? Hold some accountability and standards there. And at some point,
Absolutely.
I can't believe LSU. Where's Levitt? Where's Levitt in the talk here? Like, is this guy is his agent is playing him right because he can get paid, dude. If the kid what's the kid that got the $5 million?
Sorsby,
Yeah, who?
Brendan
Tell
Sorsby.
me how he's worth $5 million, dude. I've seen that kid play a little bit.
I
What?
don't know. I mean, he's talented, but that's just, I guess,
$5
he's
million
worth what
dollars?
somebody's willing to pay for. I ain't paying nothing. I'm poor, man. I watch the free games, but it's just what the market is. I mean, you got to figure they're going to be. I think the NFL, if you really look across their model, it's about 12 to 22% of your salary cap is your quarterback. So that would actually probably, if you're basing it off of 20 mil, that's kind of you're in that range.
Right. So
So I mean, that's actually 20%.
yeah. So yeah, but so here's this. Levitt right now is a first rounder. Like, tell me I'm wrong,
No, he
right?
is.
And you're telling me you're going to pay him less than $5 million after Storsby? Hell no! This kid's a $6 million kid right now, man.
Well, not only that, but he's in Miami right now.
Yeah,
So you want to talk about a school that's got something to offer somebody? Hey, look, we had a 1-year transfer last year. Cam Ward, may have heard of him, #1 pick of the draft. Had another one coming this year, and we're playing for the Natty this weekend.
yeah, but I
that's
think
that's
it's
going
going
to
to
be a hard pitch.
I think that Natty's going to get ugly for them. I really do.
Oh
That's
yeah, I
just
do.
my
I
opinion.
really
We'll
do
talk
too.
about, even though you got your Canes helmet there, but go ahead and tell him the story of that, and tell him I think there's even some residue on one of your packages over there for the guy you got.
Well, I got this from a guy. Ordered it offline, and they sent me the letter of authenticity. And for some reason, I can't figure out why there was a weird substance. It was like a white powdery anthrax looking substance.
Oh, now we know. Now we know. Did you have it tested?
No. I just smelled it. It smelled fine. It smelled fine.
Okay, I got you.
Man.
Just like, but did it smell okay though? You like the way it smelled?
I did love the way it smelled. Very uplifting scent.
Well, hey, brother, I got to tell you something, man. And I have to give out. So, we're powered by College Sports Crew. And you know what? Hey, everybody, if you see us on X, we're at College Crew on X. Hit that like button. And if you're here, you see us at College Sports Crew on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Well, my guys at College Crew, and I'm friends with them, and I had nothing to do with this post. But somebody posted that Indiana is the new 2019 LSU. Changed my mind. And I'm like, well, that ain't going to be hard to effing do. So here we go. So you know what, Snacks? I'm going to let you have first shot at this one because to me, this is way too easy.
What do Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, and Lane Kiffin have in common from 2019? LSU beat all of them. Ranked. That's Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin, and Nick Saban. I didn't see Indiana play anybody anywhere near like that. Not only that, LSU played and won 7 top 10 teams, starting off with number 2 Texas on the road week 2. So, I mean, Alabama with Nick Saban, a real Alabama, not this one that's running around here, parading as the Crimson Tide. I don't know what that is. They're falling to Arkansas's level, Sean. Y'all are going to have a hell of a rivalry one day.
Oh God! You know what? I'm off the podcast now. I'm gonna let Snacks have this. I got my feeling hurt. I had one feeling today, and I just got it hurt.
Hey,
damn!
Y'all a rivalry. Y'all need a rivalry.
Hey, oh, dude,
it's a slow burn. Hey, Alabama fans. I understand. I'm a diehard LSU fan. I remember when Saban left us, we thought we were going to be able to right the ship and everything go great. And little by little, you saw the program fall. You didn't see Nick Saban losing blowout games, but you see this thing doing it.
Let me put this in perspective for people right here. I'm going to do this. So in 2019, and then I'm going to come back to you with the question that only you know the answer to, and my oldest son. In 2019, man, LSU, right? Their schedule Number 9, Texas. They won 45-38. Number 7, Florida. They won 42-28. Number 9, Auburn. They won 23-20, and that was the one game that I said would be a little tough for them. And yes, I did say that.
Yeah.
I did say that.
And
yeah, that's Big Cat. And then number 3, Alabama. They won 46-41. And
that game was not that close.
Because y'all went prevent, let them run the ball. Number 4, Georgia in the SEC championship game, y'all won 37-10. Then in the college football,
easy.
Yeah, and then in the college football, Oklahoma, while they were in the Big Ten,
with the third string running back starting this game,
won 63-28. And then in the national championship,
who was the quarterback on that Oklahoma team?
Was that Mayfield?
No, that's Jalen Hurts.
Oh, that was that's right. That was Jalen Hurts, man.
Heisman Trophy winning.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And then number 3, y'all beat number 3 Clemson in the Natty for 42-25. Right. So now, and then you know what? Before we go any further, let me read out what Indiana's done this year. Y'all, they played number 9 Illinois. They won 63-10. They played number 3 Oregon. They won 30-20. Then in the Big Ten championship, they played number 1 Ohio State, won 13-10. Then in the college football playoffs, they played number 9 Alabama, won 38-3. Then last night they played Oregon, number 5 Oregon, 56-22 is what they did. Now they got number 10 Miami. Now, people, in 2019, I was a student assistant with the University of Arkansas, going back to school, and one of the jobs that I had was after every game, I got to break down the remaining schedule of who we had to play. And LSU was our last game of the season. So every week I broke down, starting with LSU, I broke down every team we had to play remaining left on our schedule. I broke down the week 2, and you said it was week 2. I thought it was week 1 because I remember I thought I called you and said, hey, if they improve between this week and this week, I thought it was week 1, week 2. I remember I called you, and what did I say? I called you and my son, and what did I tell you, Snacks?
This was the day after the Texas game. You said, hey, man, what's going on with your team? I was like, they're looking pretty good. You said, bullshit. They ain't looking pretty good, man. They about to do something. You said, this quarterback y'all got, this dude is making the right decision. He's got his read picked in 2.1 seconds, and the ball is out of his hands within 2.3 seconds after snap. Every play, he's making the right decision that fast. If they improve just a little bit, you're going to beat Alabama, and you're going to win the national championship, and your quarterback's probably going to win the damn Heisman.
Absolutely. And I have no idea why this just swapped on me, so give me a second, guys. I am not sure what just happened here. That wasn't supposed to happen. Where did it go? Let me see. Somebody just changed something here, and I have no idea why. Dude, I have no idea. Oh, there it went. Something just happened. Oh, all right. Hold on. I am about to add Jamal to the stage here. Jamal, you ready to come on?
Yeah.
Here we go. My guy Jamal right here.
LSU played Georgia Southern week 1 that year.
Okay, Georgia Southern. So, Jamal, this is Chris Snacks Martin. Jamal, Snacks Jamal here. Former University of Maine Black Bear football player here, and a lover of Florida Gators football. So, so there we go. Perfect. So Jamal, I don't know if you've been listening, but we've been talking ball here
about this foolishness. People talking about LSU 2019 being the same as this Indiana team, or even they need to get that out their mouth.
Hey, listen, it's a close race. It's a close race.
That's like saying there's a rivalry between a hammer and a nail, man. These things just can't be true.
Hey, it's a close race. I mean, you look at Indiana, you probably lean more coaching, but you look at LSU, you lean more Joe Burrow, right? So it's really who you think's gonna win the game? You think it's coaching gonna win the game, or you think having a quarterback in the fourth quarter, leading you to a drive to go win the game? Because if that's the case, you're picking between Burrow and Nagy.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go, are you saying so by that thing, you're telling me that Kirk Cignetti is just as good of a coach as Ed Ogeron?
No, I'm telling you he's better. That's what I'm saying.
He's way better. He's way better. Is what I'm saying.
If you think
you can't just take the coach out of it. You can't say that. Oh, because I believe LSU won that game and won that league in spite of Ogeron. Like, he was just along for the ride. He put the team in place, put the right people around, but he wasn't the one. Coach Signetti reminds me a lot of Saban. Like, he really does. The way he's, mad dog coaching to the end. So if you're going talent for talent, you gonna tell me that you got Jamar Chase on this team? Or
you got Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Thaddeus Moss. Those are first rounders everywhere on that team right there. I don't. If you put 2019 versus this current Indiana team, I think it's going to be a good game for a half, but I think LSU is going to win it.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it'll be a good game. But I think when you think about talent on the field, I think LSU is the more talented team. But I think Indiana, and it's not even close, has probably the better coaching staff for sure.
You know what? If I tell you this,
might be a little stretch because LSU had a staff. They just had.
If they didn't have Joe Brady on that team right there, I think it's a different team. I think it's a different outcome. I will give you that Joe right Brady now. Because what was the other? Oh God, I can see his name right now. God, what was his name?
Older guy.
Helsfinger or something like that. What was his name?
Emsminger, Steven
Emsminger. There it is, Steven. Yeah. Until Joe Brady came on, I don't think that was a totally different thing because he was your pass coordinator, and with those receivers you had there, oh my God, it was and Brady was throwing dots. But anyway, we might have got interrupted. But what did you tell me? What did I tell you week 2 of that when I broke down film for LSU when I was at Arkansas?
You said that Burrow was making decisions in under 2 seconds, making the right decision in under 2 seconds, and the ball was out of his hands in less than 2.5 seconds, and he was pretty much perfect, and that we were going to win the national championship and beat Bama. And I'll tell you, really, the only team that I was personally scared of that year was Florida, and that was a good game until it wasn't. Like late in the fourth quarter, the score doesn't represent that game because they were picking on a freshman Derek Stingley in that game, and he shut it down with the interception in the end zone, and then it twisted the tie. But that was really the only game that I was worried about all year after Texas and seeing what they were doing, because that team was just on another level. The defense wasn't all that great every week, but as a fan, you know how nice it is to watch the national championship and know that your team is down by 2 scores, and you're like, oh, it'll be fine. Just give them a minute. Because that's how, and because they had 2 punts in that game. Clemson pinned LSU, and both their starting drives were starting inside the 5. And I was like, oh, once they get a little bit of breathing room, they're going to blow the doors off of them. And as a fan, I'm a negative fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. You know how much bad shit I'm used to dealing with in life? I'm the most pessimistic fan ever.
I mean, that's a lot right there.
I'm a dedicated person. I'm very loyal.
I mean, that says a lot right there. That says a lot right there, rooting for the star. we all know what Jerry does. Does the fans?
He keeps us relevant and no good. I got a whole bunch of rant for that guy. Jerry Jones is the king of relevance. He can keep their Cowboys in every conversation except the championship talks.
Yeah,
but
I would have to say, I will say this for Indiana, and I'm not going to take anything away from Indiana. You guys, Oregon was my pick to win the Natty, and dude, they have just blown straight through. Like Alabama didn't even score a touchdown against them. Mendoza had more touchdowns than he did incompletions last night. Like,
I wish you could see the all 22 because that you just made me think of something. I was thinking of watching the Alabama game. Their play calling was doing that team no favors.
No.
And I had the same feeling watching the Oregon game last night. So without being able to see the back end because of the TV copy, I really want to know more about what that defense is doing because both of those quarterbacks are highly above average. They can at the college level, they're both really good quarterbacks, and they both look confused and held the ball and got just their brains beat in. I want to see what they're doing on the back end on the Indiana defense.
Right. Yeah. They're doing their thing.
When you think about that Alabama Indiana game, I think when you think about DeBoer, his staff, and Ryan Grubb, one thing that I've noticed, even since he was at Washington, is that when they get into like a game where it's like they're evenly matched or they're down at some point, they get kind of predictable. Right? They get kind of predictable in what they want to do and how they want to attack you. Sark does the same thing, right? Sark at Texas with Ewers when they were playing Washington in the semis, that last drive, all he's been known is, take deep shots, right? right? And it didn't pan out. And he did the same thing the next year. I think when they were playing Ohio State, right? It's almost like they don't learn from certain games. So once Alabama started to get down, I felt like they became predictable in like what they wanted to do. Started going to like some of their go-tos, right? Indiana knew that because Indiana's well coached, and obviously Todd Simpson, going out didn't help either. But I just feel like coaches like DeBoer and Sark, as of late, have been coaches that have gotten like predictable in what they want to do and how they attack you. And Sig knew that, right? Sig knew that going into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy thing to do too. I could see that as a coach. Things aren't going your way, so you've got your bread and butter, your best 10 that you're going to start trying to pick for those 10 plays to get the ship going. But if everybody knows what that is, it's just going to get worse, especially if everything's on 5 and 7 step drops against a team that is getting pressure. The Indiana team looks really good. They really do. I don't think they're anywhere near the 2019 LSU team though. To get back to that, I don't see it. Maybe it's the star factor. Maybe that's what I'm missing, because on the LSU team, you knew there were superstars everywhere on that team, and you don't really have that with Indiana. So maybe you're right. As a player, you probably know a little bit more about this, because as a fan, when you're just looking in, you follow the stars. You can't beat this team if they got this guy, X, Y, and Z players. But when you take away the name value and just say what team is playing how, maybe they are at that level, and it just doesn't appear to be, because they're not. You don't have Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson out there lighting it up.
Well, at the end of the day,
to answer your question,
No, go ahead, Jamal. Go ahead, Jamal.
I was going to answer your question in the beginning. I think LSU would win that game. Just so I could get that out the way. I think LSU will win that game. Even their defense wasn't. You had Fulton at corner. You had Delpit at safety. They had some guys like that could play, and that would play with what this Indiana team is. This would be the perfect clash of the true SEC type of pedigree type of teams versus what a true Big Ten team is about, and clashing what would be what I think would be a big game.
Well, we pick on LSU and say their defense wasn't there, but let's look at this. Like
they were okay. They weren't bad. That was a random defense.
You say okay, but let's look at this. Week 2, number 9, they played. They played number 7, Florida. They played again, went back to number 9, Auburn, went back to number 3, Florida, number 4, Georgia, number 4, Oklahoma, number 3, Clemson. They played top 10 teams, man. Their defense was playing against top 10 teams, my guy. That their schedule was way more nastier, and that was when the SEC was the SEC. They weren't just a top-heavy conference at that point. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, even Florida was. You think about the speed. Yeah. And you think about the speed that LSU had back then. Kavion Chase on that outside linebacker, right, who ended up going to the Jaguars. You think about Patrick Queen, the speed he ran as a middle linebacker. You think about Derek Stingley, Delpit, right, Fulton Jr. Like, they had dudes, but they had like speed on that team too.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think we saw like 8 NFL guys right there.
Yeah, exactly. Not to mention what they got on the other side of the ball as well too.
Yeah, so everybody, by a mile.
Now, everybody, I just added to the stage Chris, and I think Chris is the one that posted that on X there that Indiana is the LSU this year's version of LSU 2019, and he said changed my mind. Well, you get to talking, Smack. Let's go, Chris. What you got?
Me? No, that one.
No, Chris. I'm talking Chris. I call him Smack. Smack talk over here.
Nah, yeah.
Hey, I mean, I'm just trying to get subs, man.
Everybody got to pick on LSU all the time, man. We do enough dumb shit. We don't need any more arguments. We already got our coach chasing quarterbacks across the country right now.
Listen, I just seen how many LSU fans were upset today, and Jamal's taught me that engagement and stuff, and I'm just trying to make it work. No, I don't know. I mean, I kind of meant what I said. I think it's close, but I did agree with Jamal said earlier. I was watching the coaching. I would go Indiana, but I would go the talent on the LSU roster. That was top notch.
Player for player, I think you're going to select LSU. If you just went every player, I think you would take 95% of LSU's roster over Indiana's roster any day.
Yeah, definitely.
And Jamal, tell me if I'm wrong here. I know you watched last night's game. Dante Moore created a lot of his sacks because he didn't step up in the pocket, and dude, he had receivers open that he did not. I mean, right there, he had a tight end sitting in the middle, running back sitting in the middle. He had a running back that had got out on the right side. Everybody's left. I mean, he just threw the daggone ball. It's a touchdown. Did you see the same things I was seeing? Like, I just feel like Dante Moore did not do himself any favors at all.
Nah, he didn't. And, this is kind of a perfect segue. I'm a Rams fan. So, that fourth quarter today versus the Carolina Panthers was very frustrating because it felt like McVay was just trying to go for the kill shot until they finally get a fourth down conversion. They just run the ball 6 times before scoring the touchdown. Sometimes you just gotta take the easy money. And it doesn't seem like he was going for it. It seemed like he was trying to play catch up. I don't want to say he was trying to prove a point because he was going, because who the other quarterback is, on the other team. But I feel like he was in a position where it's like, all right, well, he was pressing a little bit, and you pressing, you hold on to the ball a little too long. Eyes, start looking at the pass rush. Like my personal opinion, if a quarterback's going to press by using your legs. Don't press by trying to throw the ball downfield. Like try to extend the drive, extend the play, right, or get another 4. So obviously that's something that he wasn't doing. And it wasn't just him. That whole team got kind of shook, right? But at the end of the day, when we talk about coaching, right, we just talk about that. Like Oregon's team, regardless of how talented they are, whether they want to admit it or not, was the more distracted team. My D coordinator is going to Cal. My offensive coordinator is going to Kentucky, right? And Kentucky's been making a lot of moves in the portal. Not to mention, I just flew to Miami last week. I got to fly back to the East Coast, right, to gear up, for this game versus, Indiana, right? So I think they were the more distracted team. I think that showed. It's unfortunate, but to answer your question, yes, I think he was pressing a little bit. I think he was, trying to play catch up as soon as he could. And it didn't work out.
Yeah,
I think after he did that first pick, I think he got in his head and couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, that was predetermined. You could tell from the paper that was predetermined.
And Jamal, I agree with you 100%, dude. That cornerback, that was film study. Yeah. He knew what was coming, and he jumped that route he jumped that route like nobody's business.
Have y'all seen the new the thing on X that's been going around today? Is apparently from a Florida Gator guy who covers the Gator. Have you seen it, Jamal?
Where are you leaning towards?
The guy that's has this 10 thread. It's like 10 tweets, and it's like he's typed it all out. He spent all this time, but Indiana's cheating. He's come to this conclusion that what Indiana's doing, there's no way it's done without. I wish I could pull it up, but yeah, it's gotten Twitter on fire today. I'm surprised none of y'all seen that, but yeah, he's really convinced. I told him, I replied under it. I was like, "You're either trolling," which kudos to you because it's working. Because he's got like I think thousands and thousands of views, hundreds of like retweets. Everybody's been talking about it. So I was like, either doing that or you're just lame, dumb. But yeah, he's made this elaborate thing and he went right through it on each thread where he was just like, yeah, they're cheating. There's no other conclusion to this. He thinks that
you can't just work hard and be really good at something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm actually going to try to pull it up.
Indiana's like the one team that I've actually looked at all year and be like, there's not a prop bet here, fellas. Not one, like, dude, because you know what? And they said this last night and I didn't believe it. I had to go look it up, man. I know Cignetti brought a lot of players from JMU. So he's got a team that he's got some cohesion with, but not one player is a 4 or 5 star. No. So at the end of the day, what you have, and I asked Chris last night on our instant reaction. At the end of the day, you just have some great coaching. Now, Jamal may be able to answer this, but I didn't, and I know Chris can't. And Snacks, I don't think you would. Name me the name of the offensive and the defensive coordinator on Indiana's team. You know, dude, and you know all they did. They have outcoached the defensive and offensive coordinator. They have outcoached everybody they played, and not even close.
1 second. Go ahead.
The OC's a Shanahan. That's all I know. He's not related though.
Shanahan and who's?
Oh, yeah, Mike Shanahan.
I don't know.
But he's not the Mike Shanahan.
It's not that one. Yeah, that's the only. I've got computer over here, my son, that knows everything from every place, and he's over here. I know.
I knew the OC's name, but I didn't know the DC. I knew the OC only because of the name, because I was like, is he related to so-and-so? But yeah, there's a tweet. It was Bud Davis. He's a Florida Gator guy. He does some work for some site. But yeah, he said what he's done at Indiana is so unprecedented and outside the normal of what modern college football data tells us to expect, that I kind of suspect that there is some kind of cheating going on. This isn't based on any evidence and is total speculation and gut. And he's gotten over almost 500 replies, it looks like, almost 300 reposts, and 2,500 likes. So I was like, and again, he literally has it's like 10 tweets, which we're not going to go through them all. But yeah.
That's like low key a hell of a compliment, though. He's basically saying you can't be this good without cheating.
You know who's mad right now? SMU is sitting over here going, these mother effers here, like we got our shit killed because of this, and they doing it now like freestyle, like whoever.
They were like super creative with it back then too.
I know they were OGs, baby. They were OGs of NIL.
Dickerson driving the Firebird that Texas A&M bought him while playing for SMU.
and then there were some trolls. It looked like it was an Ohio State troll. Got on. Sorry, my dog. Ohio State troll got on there and has told everybody that he has heard Indiana's hacked into the system that coaches in all schools used and knows all the plays. And I was like, oh Lord.
I can tell you firsthand, ain't nobody's playbook on a computer. Bet like I still got playbooks in that closet, and I'm pointing that way from Arkansas that is on binders. And Jamal, tell me you didn't get a binder at the beginning of fall ball.
Yeah,
with your name and everything
still hanging up. If I got to coach high school ball, I'm ready.
And every week every day you got a new segment that went into that folder.
Yeah.
So that's not true.
Yeah,
You wouldn't think so, but I actually got a digital copy years ago of Urban Meyer's playbook, and it's that guy's insane. That's a mad scientist. Just totally off subject, but his the whole offensive line is check with me's, and it's check blocks in the middle of blocks. Like if the 3 tech goes outside, it adjusts on the fly. The blocking scheme for the Ohio State offense is insane.
Yeah, Dan Mullen was kind of somewhat ahead of the schedule back then. Like I think everyone's caught up now, and I don't think Dan Mullen's kind of reinvented anything new. But in regards to what he did with those Florida teams, Dan Mullen was there's no way you could tell me Ohio State was ready for the Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, combination in that national championship game. Right? There's no way that they were ready for that. And that was really the start of everything, right? You got to see Percy, you got to see obviously Tebow do his thing. People forget Chris Leak was the starting quarterback, right? That led to obviously a couple years in an era of Florida that we still been waiting for. But Dan Mullen was kind of ahead of that game, and not to mention hindsight's crazy. Hindsight's a crazy drug. The freakish talent you had in that quarterback room with Tebow and Cam Newton for at least a year or a semester.
Oh yeah,
right?
for a semester. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for at least a semester.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy. Absolute crazy. So guys, tell me what y'all thinking. So first off, let's just get, because I know my feeling. I think Indiana's going to win the Natty hands down. I don't think it's going to be. It might be close for a quarter, but Miami has not shown. They've not shown any discipline at all whatsoever. None. And Indiana makes
Miami
you pay
will be able to pound the rock. Do you think Miami will be able to just sit there and pound against that Indiana defense at all? Because I don't think so. But that's their only chance.
I don't think the linebacker play is going to let them, man. I don't think Aiden Fisher. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. Jamal, what do you think? Y'all tell me. What do you think, Jamal? You're a former player.
How does Miami win this
think?
game? How do they game plan this?
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one to break down. I said before the game even started, I was like, Miami better be the biggest Oregon fans because it's not a good matchup for Indiana. So, right now I'll probably lead Indiana, but I'm going to spend the next couple of days just trying to figure out if Miami could win, how they will win. I'd probably say their best recipe, right? A little bit of that Ohio State formula, right? They gotta find a way to get Indiana, one, off schedule, or two, behind the sticks, right? Constantly converting like first and or like second and 12 or like third and 8. Like they gotta find a way to do that. But the thing is that Indiana's defense is so underrated, it's almost hilarious because they're so disciplined, they play clean, like everyone does in the football terms. They're 111th, right? And Miami is known for leaving a small window to fuck up the whole game, right? Leaving a small window for the other team to come back and take advantage of it. If they leave a small window for Indiana, Indiana's gonna bust through that thing like it's no one's business. And we could be looking at a 14-6 quarter, and then it's going to be like 28-9, the next. So we'll see. I think this is going to be a better matchup for Miami's D-line, but there's a couple things. The health of Akeem Mesidor, 1. 2, they'll have a easier, better time getting to Fernando than they did Trinidad just because of Trinidad, his athletic ability, he gets the ball out quick, that type of offense, right? By the time they get off the ball, the ball's already out. Indiana's a little bit more pro style, a little bit more drop back. So they're gonna have to make a difference in this game if Miami's gonna have a chance. And Carson Beck has to learn how to throw a deep ball, full transparency.
Bro.
Well, I was just about to tell you, like, why Ohio State kept it close,
man.
No.
Well, one of the things that made this, I'm sorry, guys, I'll let y'all get you, but one of the things, Carson Beck is not Julian Sayin. That dude had over an 80-something 80% completion rating. Carson Beck is just like, I mean, my God, he did make some deep throws here in that game, but they were wide open, busted coverages. Stevie Wonder could have made those throws. Like, I'm serious. All he had to do was listen to the guy running. Oh, he's alone. Throw the ball. Like, I'm dead serious. Julian Sayin, I have to give that guy credit. I didn't think a whole lot of him, but damn, you make the completions he made. You make the game tough. Carson Beck is not him. I agree with you 100% on that, Jamal.
Yeah,
y'all go ahead.
Yeah, Carson is like, it was so frustrating watching that game because one, he was either late or he was just babying the throw. Right, he was trying to make the perfect pass, and we all know, like, if you're gonna throw the ball deep, you better overthrow it versus underthrow it. And he was trying to make the perfect pass every time outside of the ones that were just gimme. So Carson Beck got to learn how to throw a deep ball, otherwise, it's this game is gonna be over probably quicker than the Oregon game.
Yeah, if they can't stretch the field and make some explosives, which I don't have any faith that Beck can do that. So if they can't do that and you have to try to shorten the game, run the ball, put that big running back down their throat, but I just don't see them being able to keep up with Indiana. I really don't. I think Miami's defense, I do a lot of draft work, and I know that people are really high on Ruben Bain. I'm not. I'm just not. He's short-armed. He's a good player. I think he's going to be a really good player. I think he's a 5-tech and a 3-4 though, and they're playing him at a wide 9. He doesn't have elite get off, and he's got short arms. Well, he wins because he is short. When he's got a good dip to the outside, he can get his shoulder low because he is lower than the tackles. But all you have to do is widen him. If you put a tight end right there, you widen him out. He's not fast enough to close down from outside of a wide 9. I don't even know what technique that would be out there, like a 13. Like he's playing corner at that point.
You're right.
So you can easily shut that down. And if their other one, now their right end, Mesidor, I like him better at the NFL level as a pass rusher, truly. But
it's crazy because I like Bain. But I can admit, I think Akeem Mesidor is the better pass rusher. Even in the Ole Miss game, they were bringing the tight end down just to widen Bain. They weren't even touching him, right? But obviously that that
he's a 3-tech.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slide him inside, and he's going to be really good. He may play like, I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, but he's built like Donald from that position.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely strong as hell, but if that arm lift comes into play, he's gonna get swallowed up in the league. But I like
Bill Parcells would love him. I like him too. I think he's a really good athlete. I think he's short. He's got short arms. He's built like a defensive tackle. He's built big, and he's got big thighs, big butt, big belly. He's not long. And you look at the guys like David Bailey, that 6'5" long guy that can dip and rip the edge. That's what works at the NFL level. And I just think that in a game like this, you're going to see more of what he'll be in the NFL is what I'm expecting, because how disciplined the Indiana team is. The way that and how smart they play. The coaches put them in good positions. They're not going to let him beat them. And I can't say the guy's name, Mesidor. Yeah, over there. If he's not 100%, I can slide my line to him, and I can deal with Bain in passing. I can deal with Bain just wide them. That's all you got to do. So now you don't have the pass rush. They're going to have to bring pressure, and when they do, the receivers are good enough to make you pay for that. So I just don't see Miami stopping them.
And one more thing to keep an eye out, obviously the health of Mesidor, but people forget one of their best DBs got called for targeting. He's out at least the first half.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I was about to bring that up. He sure did.
I hate that rule. It was the right call, but don't.
I hate it too.
What are we doing?
It's football.
Because I mean, there was no ill intent in that hit. Okay, it wasn't like he jumped and launched. It's two guys making a football play. They lower their heads. You lead through. Your head leads you through life. You cannot make a tackle with putting your head down. It is not possible unless you're going to let people start drop kicking folks on the field. I don't know how you stop leading with the head. So if it's a penalty, okay, it's a penalty. Throw the flag. But why are we kicking kids out of games, man?
And then suspending them the next
the
game. It's stupid.
And they're never going to walk it back either, because who wants to be the guy going, hey, we overdid player safety? Even though if you look at the numbers of leg and soft tissue injuries that have elevated since the targeting rule, I would argue that I don't know that we're doing a big difference here as far as getting the players hurt. Now, legs do heals where brains don't, so I guess you could make that argument too. But damn, it is football. I like Ronnie Lott and Steve Atwater, man. Bring them back.
I think Steve Atwater, they're nasty.
Yeah, I think it's because they're, you had the NFL with all the suing and all that with the, I don't think we've had that in college yet. And I think one day, they're so cautious with it that they're just trying to protect.
The NFL is just, they're terrified that th're going to get a player killed on the field. These guys, these fields are so fast. These guys are so, I mean, you think back to Larry Allen. Larry Allen was 6'4", 336 pounds, and ran a 4.8 40.
Yeah.
There's videos of him hawking down Saints linebackers. And now you put that guy, that's back then. These guys haven't gotten slower and smaller. So I get the concern, but
it's the main reason I didn't play football. It's the main reason I did. I'll tell you a funny story. I obviously, as a kid, wanted to play football. I'm pretty small. I'm like 5'9", 170. I'm a small kid. I was even smaller in high school. So, I was like, all right, I want to play football. So I lined up at receiver, and I'm telling you, this guy, his name is Deotis Hill. He's probably 6'1", 230. And I went across the middle. He hit me, laid me out. Coach come out. He said, "You all right, Pew?" I said,
Nope.
I said, I'm very hurt. Sideline. I wasn't like hurt, like injured wise. I was just, the guy laid me out. And I sat there for a minute and I said, "No, sir." And the coach kept coming to me. He's like, "You coming back in?" I was like, "Oh, no. I'm hurt. I got in the car. My mom just bought me like $200 cleats. I got in the car and I said, "No, ma'am. This is not for me." And
you got factory reset.
Yes, I got factory. I said, "Mama, this is not like the video game." I just want to watch. Yeah, I just want to watch. Yeah, man. They're fast and big and no.
So they'll never walk it back, but man, they really should. I mean, it's a bad rule. Or change the rule to make it where you have to show intent. It's just so subjective, like all of it. I mean,
it's really how the zebras are feeling that day.
Yeah, and I don't know what you want the running back or the defensive player to do when you drop, you break down, you lower your pad level, and you go to insert, and then the running back or the offensive players to protect himself is going to naturally lower down to meet you level.
That's the rule that's the part that pisses me off. Because if the offensive player lowers his head and initiate, because at that point, look, he's initiate contact too at that same time, throw them both out. I mean, if you're going to do that, the rule should go both ways. I get it, but the ball carrier has to protect himself.
Let's just go 7-on-7. Let's just go 7-on-7 because there's targeting on every play at least 5 times on every play at the snap.
Yeah,
and and look, dude, I remember in 2019, I remember we had refs coming there for like our scrimmages and stuff before, during fall ball. And they would come and we'd have SEC referees come in, man, and they were basically getting their work in before the season started, right? Man, I was the one, and they jacked up. They messed the F up when they told me, hey, get some plays together so we can bring it to the referees that are coming for these scrimmages and ask them, what's this, what's that? Well, I've been a lifelong Arkansas fan all my life, and they fucked up and brought Mark Curls in, that dude is notorious. Like, his crew has been suspended against your Florida Gators team. One of them was against your Florida Gators team there, Jamal, when our guy got called for like unnecessary roughness, target, whatever. And it was literally the Florida player initiated the contact and he just got laid out because he ran into a man compared to just stupid stuff, man. And so anyway, I did the pass interference. They couldn't, that's pass interference. I swear to God, they were like, oh, that's pass interference. But that's funny. Why did you call it not pass interference? Like, this is how, and then targeting, I asked 4 different referees on the same play if it was targeting. I got 4 different answers, man. Like, they don't even know. Like, they don't even know what targeting is. I'm like, well, this is bullshit. Why are we having a penalty that no one can decipher? And it's not right. And then tell me, and I asked them too, one of the biggest questions, what is a defenseless player? Yeah. What is a defenseless player? Because there's times when they're calling this guy's running. Like, he's made a catch, made a football move, and they're calling him defenseless.
You hit them too hard. That's what the penalty is. You hit them too hard.
And Jamal, I'm sorry. I know you played ball. I don't know if you were offensive, defensive. I think you were defensive. Am I right? Yep, so tell me what you feel about this, because you got firsthand experience on this.
Yeah, speaking from someone who's been ejected a couple times.
My God, hell yeah!
I don't know.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I don't like the rule either. And like, I mean, it's hard because like you look at the one earlier in the game, of the Miami Ole Miss game, and you could tell that he was trying to move his head out the way. It just happened to look like it was targeting, but it didn't get called. At least they made what seemed to be the right call there. But this one, I mean, it's such a bang play. It's almost like the last play of the game when they call Hail Mary, no one calls pass interference. It's like one of those things where it's like, I mean, do the right thing sometimes,
So how do we fix that rule? How do we correct it? Like,
just do away with it. If you can't get hit in the head, don't play football. I'm sorry. I'm sick and damn tired of the candy ass shit. Excuse my language. That everything is turned to. I mean, what are we doing? You have a freaking helmet on. You know how to tackle somebody. If you want to make that call, we all know what targeting is. Like, the ones when you see it, and you're like, oh yeah. When the dude launches, throws his head into it, and they meet up and just boom. Okay, if you want to call that, I'll give you that one. But how about this? Don't let your quarterbacks throw hospital balls across the middle of the field because they know that that's what I'm doing. If I'm an OC, I'm throwing 9 routes and digs all day long because I'm either going to get a targeting or a pass interference, and I'll let the zebras move the ball for me. Yeah. That's all you have to do.
I would say use common sense like you're playing football, and like use the common sense I used when I got laid out across the middle and realized this wasn't for me. This was not for me, and realized that when you put on helmets and you got guys that's Jamal size and whatever coming at you with the 4.8 speed or whatever, that it's probably gonna do some damage. And it is what it is. It's football. So get rid of it.
Hit down.
Here's the thing, Chris. Here's the thing, Chris, and I know this happened to you, but so late in the game yesterday, I had one of my kids, Caden Turner, come in, number 14, linebacker, played at Fayetteville High School. I got to coach him at Fayetteville High School out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. there is no targeting in high school ball. None. Why? Because we don't have replay. So it's just not a call. There's not targeting. So now you got a bunch of high school kids are now having to determine, you're having to teach them what is targeting, what isn't targeting. And, it's like they're coming out of high school. Oh, here's another rule you got to learn, and I'll be the first one to tell y'all right now, man, I coach DBs, I coach linebackers. I taught them to separate the man from the ball, and I didn't give a damn how you did it. I didn't care.
I didn't even realize that about high school. I honestly didn't even think about that. I was like, yeah, they're right. In state of Georgia, we don't do replay till the state championship game.
Yeah, and I bet targeting ain't one of them calls you make. And Jamal, how many times were you taught separate the man from the ball?
All day, every day.
That's how you play the game,
every day.
Right there.
Yeah, I eventually had to learn how to bite ankles and just be a sure tackler versus trying to lay the big hit. So,
but you know what? When you're a cornerback, though, taking on a 220-pound running back that's running a 4.40, and he's coming across. Dude, you're now the cornerback. I guarantee you, cornerbacks get more hurt now than the receivers, because now they have to tackle a certain way. And fundamental tackling is fundamental tackle, but there's also size versus speed versus mass equal in velocity. If it ain't equal, it's not going to work. You're going to get hurt. And I know I've seen more injuries since the targeting call, and it's on the defensive player. I've seen that.
No doubt. Harold Perkins' ACL last season was that exact thing. He's breaking downhill on a dig route, and instead of doing that, he breaks way down and gets his legs in a bad spot. The guy rolls him over and tears his ACL. It's that hit right there. You're seeing it more and more often. Just if you would let these guys just murk guys across the middle of the field, make them earn it. Because back in the day, you didn't just run, Incepcion, those guys would not be running, slants and digs because they would die.
Yeah.
But now you can Tom Brady even talked about it. He said the quarterback's so much easier now because you don't have to worry about getting your receivers killed. You can throw it wherever you want to.
Yeah.
It's put the responsibility on the quarterback. Throw the quarterback out the game. He's the one that got his receiver hurt. It's the defensive back.
Yeah.
There you go. Guys, what else y'all want to talk about? It's 57 minutes into this. Y'all got anything else here?
I just wanted to say this because I didn't get to say it during the Miami thing. I usually do this for We Talk Ball, the Miami-Indiana thing, and I'm 0-3 picking against Miami this playoff. And Miami fans on TikTok absolutely hate me. So I just wanted to give a reason to hate me some more because Indiana is going to belt to ass, baby.
Oh, shit. Now I'm going to say Miami's going to win this game because he ain't got shit right on it.
No, I'm 0-3, and Miami fans absolutely love when I do that because it guarantees them a win. So,
I'm going to help them out. I'm going to take a step up further and tell you God couldn't pull off the miracle of Miami beating Indiana.
Y'all, I love it, Miami fans, but could y'all imagine Miami winning the national championship?
I hope they do. I'd much rather have Miami. Miami's supposed to be good at football, not Indiana.
Yeah, but Jamal, you're a Florida fan. Could you imagine hearing them?
Listen, it'll be hard, but if I'm being honest, out of all the teams that I hate as a Gators fan, Miami's not as far up the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah. That's I listen. Obviously, Georgia, we got that battle. I can't stand Florida State. The
feeling is mutual with me. Florida State. I live an hour from Tallahassee. Florida State.
I'll never forgive them.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Florida State for what they did to LSU twice.
Who? Florida.
Florida State.
Oh, Florida State. Oh, yeah.
This is interesting because Mendoza literally grew up less than like an hour from that stadium right there for where he's playing at right there.
Yeah, less than a mile from campus.
I'm sorry, less than a mile from campus. I'm sorry, I said an hour, but you're right, less than a mile.
I got a question for y'all real quick. Totally outside about while you talk about Mendoza. Who do you think had the better luck with the ladies, Fernando Mendoza or Andrew Luck?
Oh, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck
guys.
I don't know. Andrew Luck went to Stanford. He's a pretty smart dude, man.
Yeah, he's pretty smart dude. He's not as goofy looking as Mendoza.
They're so
Mendoza's
dorks. They're dorks.
Dude, Carson, you're saying Carson Beck's not a dork? Like, look at this dude,
Sid
man.
the Sloth, man. You can't pick on Pixar characters, bro. That's why he can't throw the deep ball. I don't know. He don't know which eye to look downfield with, man.
You got Jamal rolling over. Dude, my wife looked at him the other day and was like, very glad he plays football because that's the only way he's getting any kind of damn woman on this. I was like, believe it or not, he had like a fine girlfriend and had a Lamborghini. Then I think they broke up because my wife, so they used the girl to get him to Miami. I said, bingo. That's
actually, my son's over here showing me a tweet that says Bet gets bitches. So apparently Carson Beck's doing quite well for himself.
Bet gets some. Yeah, Bet gets some.
Well, he probably gets some, but too bad he can't get a deep ball thrown right, you know.
But here's the thing. He's only doing it for his friends because he don't even know what they look like.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. All right, boys. It's been an hour and 40 seconds. Anybody got any final words? Jamal, you got some final words?
Yeah, I'll let everyone else go because I got one more question in regards to this LSU.
Okay. We ain't got to get off the air now. Let's keep going. Let's do our thing.
All right, so I got one more question. Obviously, we talked about LSU, Indiana. Is it a better argument to say which team is better, Indiana versus the 2021 Georgia team?
Wait, say that again. Max, don't you dare.
I said, is it a better argument? Because I think we all say LSU probably over Indiana, but would it be a better argument or a closer game with the 2021 Georgia team versus this Indiana team?
That one probably wouldn't be close. Indiana probably handle that real well.
The hell with you, Snacks. The hell with you.
Indiana by 50.
Got him. No, I will say I do like Indiana's offense better than Georgia's 2021 offense. I'll still take Georgia's defense, though. I just would. I mean, their whole defense is basically the NFC East or Philadelphia Eagles. So but I would take Indiana's offense over Georgia. So I don't know. That is a better question to me than 2019. But F that.
Real talk, the only team college-wise that I've seen that I would put against that team was the Miami from was it 01?
01?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, but that one, if somebody, I would not go to my grave on that hill of saying that the 2019 was better than 2001. I remember that team. I was thinking they could play in the NFL, and basically all of them did. But
they all pretty much all did.
I mean, that's a talent-ridden team. There was so many Hall of Famers on there. That's crazy. But
I mean, talk about recruiting. For about 2 or 3 years, like just hitting on all of them, like just hitting.
Once again, something you'll never see again.
Yeah, right.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. I got a question for y'all. Signetti, right now, hands down, I think he's the best coach going right now. I think better than Cristobal right now. This coaching he's doing this year or coaching next year, because he's going to have a totally different team next year. What do you think we're going to see next year with Signetti? A better coach? Or what do you think? Because I think next year he's going to have to pull out all the coaching stops to be competitive to this level he's at.
See, me personally, I think next year they're going to have a more athletic team, because I know you're not high on him, but I think Josh Hoover fits the system better than Mendoza does, personally. Especially with how much they run the RPO. I mean, he's second in the country right now when it comes to RPO after Mendoza, right? Is a reason why Signetti wanted him, right? I think athletically they could be a better team next year, but what does that look like as for a team? I don't know, because they're going to lose a lot of defensive talent.
And I love that wide receiver they just got from Michigan State too. What is his name?
Nick Marsh.
Marsh.
Yeah, I like him a lot too. I mean, they're obviously not going to duplicate what they did this year, I don't think. But I also didn't think they were going to do what they did this year. I think they're going to be – I think as long as he's there, they're going to be there.
I just don't know. It could go one of two ways, because a lot of his guys that he brought with him from JMU, he'll probably be losing. So he's going to lose some cohesion. The portal's going to do what the portal's going to do to his team. But at the same time, he's been there for a little while now, so he's been able to build up his own recruits. I don't follow Indiana football, so I don't know what their rate of player loss is and all that. But I think they're going to be good for a while, man. The guy coaches a lot like Saban. If you really watch him on the sideline, the way he acts and stuff, he acts like Saban, and that seemed to work out.
Pops, so can I ask them what I asked you last night? I don't know if y'all talked about it.
Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
Because I'm really curious what Snacks and Jamal thinks. Which I don't think it's crazy, and I haven't gotten too much pushback when I posted it on TikTok, other than a few crazy Georgia fans. If he wins a national championship, or maybe even if he doesn't win the national championship, he's over Kirby, right? Best coach in college football. I think he is.
Currently.
Yeah, currently. We're not going history. We're just talking about.
No, yeah,
currently
I
the
got
best.
to say, I don't know, man. Kirby's just, I wouldn't say so, not yet, because
Ooh.
Kirby, while he's not far off, it's just that Georgia with Kirby has been at the top the entire time. There has not been any lulls in them. They've won their side of the division, I believe. I mean, pretty much every year since they've been, you know, if it wasn't for Nick Saban existing, how many titles would Kirby have?
At least 3 right now. 4,
So,
maybe.
I mean, I can't put him up there yet. Kirby's done it too good for too long.
What you think, Jamal?
Yeah, I think currently yes, but you know, thinking about the Kirby thing, I don't remember the last time they've been like below 10th in the rankings. Full transparency, like Georgia, and you could argue, and you could argue that this year, despite what happened in the playoffs, this was Kirby's probably best coaching job with the team he had this year.
53% of the roster, first or second year players. Yeah.
Yeah, he's working with a lot of youth, which obviously, you know, that them guys coming back is gonna say a lot, for sure. So I'd probably say currently,
Okay.
Signetti will have it, but you know,
I want to leave y'all on this.
What is Signetti going to do when he has a team?
Well, let me ask you one question off of that. If you had a team, you're an athletic director, both of them are available. Which one would you hire?
Ooh.
That's a great question.
You know, just because of that damn scowl he gives you, looks like Saban. I'm going with Signetti on that, bro.
I'm going Signetti because what he's done at Indiana.
Jamal got that look. Got that look.
Do you think Kirby could have done what he did at Indiana?
No, that is a great question.
No, none of those JMU guys would have come with him.
Yeah,
he couldn't have brought JMU with him.
Yeah, and you know, and hey, when I said it, just so y'all know, Indiana currently right now, this is about on 3 rankings here. Indiana is sitting at number 3. They have 10 transfers coming in with a grade of average player rating of 81.20, and they lost 1 to the transfer portal right now. So they're sitting at number 3, and believe it or not, Louisville is number 2. Believe it or not. So
I'm fixing to bounce out of here because my dog's acting a fool. But I want to leave. I want to leave on dropping a note that I got that maybe y'all ain't seen yet, or actually it ain't out there yet. Nate Frazier may be leaving Georgia.
Nate Frazier may be leaving Georgia. Okay.
All right, guys. I'll see you later.
He's going to Bama.
You want me to tell you where it's leaning?
Well, hell yeah! Don't just leave that and then walk on out.
My bad. I got a text like 30 minutes ago. I was gonna wait until I left to tell y'all and put it on the show. He's renegotiating right now. It's not going well as of when I got the text. Ohio State.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. Y'all heard it here first. All viewers that saw this. Yep, you heard it here first.
Yeah. Now it's starting to get reported. I just seen it started to get reported. So.
Nah, but you reported it, Chris. You get the credit.
Yeah, you heard it first. Damn right. Yeah, College Sports Crew broke that shit. There you go.
I'm gonna leave guys because the family just got back.
All right, Chris, take care, man. I got one more thing before we head out.
So,
yeah, let's do your thing, baby. I ain't got nowhere to go.
If I told you Indiana can probably repeat next year as Big Ten champions, right? Just looking at their schedule next year, right? They got North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky for out-of-conference games. And Big Ten games, Minnesota, Northwestern, Ohio State, which is home in Indiana, Purdue, USC. All those games are home. On the road, Michigan, Nebraska, Rutgers, Washington.
Yeah, so, I mean, they'll be right there.
Well, so here's the thing: the conference.
That's not a hard Big Ten schedule.
Yeah, that conference is top heavy as hell. So
Well, you say that, but we really don't know.
Yeah.
You don't even know who the teams are. That's what I'm saying.
Well-
That call, we can't really have those talks because of the way the transfer portal is.
Well, the only
You don't
team
know-
that would scare me on that right now, Snacks, is and it's only because of the coaching change, and not even really the coaching change. It's the offensive coordinator at Michigan, Jason Beck, with Bryce Underwood. That I'm telling you right now, it would not surprise me to see Bryce Underwood, one of the finalists at the Heisman, with that guy. That guy knows how to make his quarterback. He can make a quarterback great. I'm telling
Bryce
you,
is
watch
talented,
out.
man. If they'll run something that he's comfortable in, a spread style offense, that kid's going to be something really special. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But you think
it's football.
You think how their schedule was this year though? No Penn State, no Oregon, right? You replace those with Michigan, who we'll see how they look. They should be better. You started 6 freshmen on offense. You should be better, right? And then obviously you got Ohio State, but that's a home game. USC. We'll see how everything pans out. But the point I was trying to make, they don't have a hard Big Ten schedule as of right now. What we see on.
No, they could definitely have this. We could be having the same talk next year about them.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, the hardest game is going to be in the Big House. That to me, just even if they don't.
Big House comes to Indiana.
Oh, never mind then. Yeah.
All right. They go to Michigan. I'm sorry.
That I don't care. That's one of them places just hard to play. I mean, they're going to bring the juice. They're going to bring the noise. They're going to bring it. That's a hard place to play and win. That to me, that'd be their hardest game. They got Ohio State at home. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me to see them win the Big Ten championship. Wouldn't surprise me. Now I don't know if they're going to make the run they made in the college football playoffs. If they do, but no, it wouldn't surprise me to sit here and say they're your Big Ten champions next year at all. Not at all.
It wouldn't surprise me the same as repeating in the national championship. Really, I mean, there's not a lot of greatness out there right now from any college.
Well, that's some bullshit. Y'all just paid $1,000 million to a head coach at LSU. Y'all better be great. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the first loss that y'all lose to a team that had a $2 million NIL budget, I'm going to call you, laugh my ass off at you, dude.
Well, I got a meeting with Lane tomorrow to see if I can get a little NIL to be the quarterback. So, they're not. They're putting together a class, but if they got to find somebody, he got to fix this with Sam Levitt. That they've got to get Levitt in the house.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody asked me, but like you said, though, he's at Miami. That's going to be a hard sell right now. Yeah. Going to be a hard sell. Jamal, what you thinking? Who do you think is going to be the quarterback at LSU next year?
That's hard, man. I think they are getting a little worried. I think they are getting a little worried if everything is true about that Washington quarterback. It seems like that has a little bit of Lane sprinkled in that, right? I'm looking at their schedule next year: Clemson, Louisiana Tech, Ole Miss, their third game, and then you go A&M, McNeese State, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Auburn, Bama, Texas, Tennessee, Arkansas. That's a rough stretch. Yeah, they better get a quarterback soon, and I feel like it has to be Levitt. If it's not Levitt, I don't think Raiola will go to LSU. I think Raiola is a Miami or Oregon guy.
I don't think. No, I wouldn't want him. Word on the street right now is the USC freshman in the transfer portal, Longstreet, is on LSU's campus right now.
Yeah,
but you still got a freshman.
I know, but that may be your best option. I mean, seriously, they fucked up on that Levitt deal. That was when they did that. I couldn't believe that.
3.5, right?
Well, it's not even that. That's not what was going on. They offered him. That was fine. They were out to dinner. Everything was looking good. And word leaked about the Washington quarterback going to the portal. Lane was big time high on him and basically kind of said, "Hey, kids, let's see how this goes tomorrow." Slowed everything down and pissed off the family, and everybody left. And at least that's the rumors, if you believe what's being said out of Baton Rouge. But so regardless, it was a 3-day visit that was going great, and then it all of a sudden went terribly. And the last thing I heard was Lane Kiffin was in Knoxville to talk to the Levitt family and I guess make more money. But really and truly, Levitt's family, and they're in a great position. They really are. He's the last one left. There's still 2, potentially 3, if you think Oregon's in the mix for him, places for him to land. So I mean,
Yeah.
he should ride this out to the bitter end and see who's going to pony up the money because there's nobody left to compete with him.
Let me ask you this as the LSU fan. Obviously, the whole situation would happen with Kiffin, right, and how that all shook out. And you're thinking that all right, we're going to have people wanting to come to us versus having to do the recruiting. Why not just entertain Austin Simmons? He was your starter beginning of the season at Ole Miss anyway.
Okay, so that
Missouri.
Yeah, he signed with Missouri, but that relationship with
now I know he signed with Missouri.
The biggest thing was his dad walked this back, but his dad's a high school football coach, coached him then, and there was when he first entered the portal, it was he'll never play for Lane because they were butthurt over him losing his job while hurt to Trinidad Chapels. And I get that, but now he has since on another show calling back and said, no, it's a business. We understand he's a coach's kid. He walked that comment back. But the initial thing that he said was that they were still pissed off about him not getting his job back. So that was kind of done before it ever started.
Oh, all right. Well, that makes sense. Then. You would know better than I would. So that makes sense then. But yeah, I think I'm not as down on Raiola as most people. I think he's more of a guy that needs a good fit versus a guy that could just come and play anywhere. But for LSU, it has to be Levitt. If it's not Levitt, then
I'm okay with if you take this Longstreet or I'd like Deuce Knight too, the freshman, just because I would have him longer. I would be about that just because I want somebody that I can build a program. Look, you're not going to win the SEC next year if you're LSU. You're not going to win the national title. Those are if that happens, great, but that's not the realistic expectation that you should have as a fan right now. You're looking for a 2 to 3 loss team and build off that. Even a 4-loss team, a competitive team is what you're looking for to build cohesion and go forward. So if you have a 2 to 3 year starter that you can mold, I'm all about that. I would be okay with rolling out there with one of these freshman transfers that are coming out. I would rather do that than just settle on Raiola if that's what you think of. I like Raiola. He's not, from what I've seen him, he's got some tools. I mean, but you got to think he wants to be Pat Mahomes, so he's probably at home right now trying to figure out how to tear his ACL so he can be just right there with his buddy
or about to get a haircut or something.
Oh, he broke his leg. Oh, perfect. Yeah, he's got a broke leg. That's even better. So.
Oh my God. Well. I think I don't know how you let Levitt go though, man. That's a first round draft pick right there, already ready to go. Just sprinkle a little dust on him, man. But yeah,
and LSU is doing good in the portal. If you look at their composite, if you take their composite where you just look at the average, like what the average rating of players is, they're number one across the board. They're not having a big class, but the guys they're getting are some studs. So
right now,
you got some
Gators.
You got some Gators over there. I saw Eugene Wilson sign with you guys.
Yeah, what do you think about him? Tell me about him.
Never really reached his full potential. I think obviously some of that the players got to take, but I think a lot of it was the scheme with Billy Napier's scheme. I think he needs more of an offense to stretch the field or have those opportunities. Lane's offense is going to be good for him. I think he'll be able to show his talents a little bit more in Lane's offense than he did in Billy's. The system at Florida under Billy he could recruit his ass off. Like if I had Billy Napier the recruiter, and Dan Mullen the play caller, I'd be all set.
No doubt.
I'd be all set for sure. So I think I like Eugene. Now does he start? Where does he play? I don't know, but he's got some potential for sure.
He'll probably be a starter, I would think. Yeah. I mean, LSU doesn't have any receivers; they all left. So
he's got speed too. He's a dangerous guy. But we'll see how everything pans out. LSU. It really depends who your quarterback's going to be.
Hey, but give Lane credit. He's bringing in some stud wide receivers with no quarterback.
I forgot his name, but I have a friend who's a scout, and he told me about the Hawaii receiver you guys got.
Yeah.
So he likes him a lot. So he's a dude that obviously because of where he played. Right, it's he's got to get overlooked, but he said he should shine right at LSU. Obviously, with the opportunity he's about to get.
The kid from K-State that they brought in he's explosive and quick.
Yeah.
Looks really good. And then the one that they brought in, it's a JUCO kid. He looked really good too. I don't remember where he came from, but all the players I've seen them bring in, it's been really good stuff for LSU. You just got to find somebody to throw the ball to them.
Yeah, it's you got to have a quarterback. And just now, I'm looking at the transfer portal, On3 transfer portal ratings. LSU says, according to them, sitting at number 19. They got 18 transfers coming in with a player composite rating of 75.17, and they've lost 31 transfers, and those players equal to composite rating of 71.9. So they're sitting at 19 right now, but that changes a hell of a lot if you get Levitt. that number changes a lot.
Yeah, they probably jump up to top 5. They get Levitt.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. Well, fellas, we're at an hour and 20 minutes. We've gone over. We're at 20. We got some like 20 something viewers here already. If it's not bad for a late Saturday night. And hey, guys, we didn't get any comments. If you got any comments, throw them out there real fast because we sure would like to answer them. But hey, if you're watching this for the first time, man, they're on here on YouTube at College Sports Crew. Hey man, hit that subscribe button because that's how we get out. That's how we get our product out, our brand out. And if you're on X, hit it. Follow us at College Crew and hit that like button. We sure would appreciate it, guys. And man, anybody got anything else for I tell adios this thing and go do my thing? I mean, I'm on the West Coast and it is already 7:20 my time, so I know it's late y'all's time.
Yes, sir. Now I'm good, man.
Y'all good?
Just,
you good?
Let's do it again soon.
All right, let's do it again soon. And hey, I know I think Chris and Austin, Austin, we talk ball. I think they're going to be on tomorrow night on this same channel here. And then me and myself, Ian McCants. And hey, either one of you two guys are welcome to join us. We're going to be doing the Veteran Sports Voice podcast. If you guys want to join, let me know. You guys are welcome to join with us. Anyway, guys, with that being said, we're out of here. Peace, and we'll see y'all next go around.